So today we'll continue on part 3 from Swift for Beginner, which I'm just doing a bunch of UI because this is really for beginning. Then we start adding more components and functionalities. Then we work on functionalities, but let's keep working on this. This is what we have. This is a table view with a table view cells with 3 user. This is a contact. It doesn't do anything. Go like this. So I left you guys some homework. You just to add another view controller to here, a profile view controller. So if you didn't do it, or you got stuck, or you didn't know how to do it, you come here to controllers, right? Oh, before anything, I want to mention something. If you don't have the latest version of Xcode, then you don't have to deal with this with the appearance. Like, you could just forget about this and forget about this, right? Everything that has to do with appearance, you don't have to do it. This is a helper function that I did because for every view controller, it'll be very tedious to write all these code for this view controller, for this one, and then if we add a new one, we do it again. And in programming, when you have to use the same code more than once, always try to create a helper function, which basically this is what it is, right? This is a function that we created that takes an image, which is the tab bar item image, so that little icon, and a title, right? The title that we add, and it takes a view controller. So it could be this controller, that controller, which it could be this view controller or this view controller. So when we add another one, we just do the same thing, right? Template, we add it here, and then we add it here, or in the middle, whatever you want to add it, and that's it. So you don't have to write all this all over and over again, because then imagine how big this is gonna get, and you're gonna be like, why so stupid, like having to write the same code twice? I mean, when you're learning, we do that a lot. Like I did it a lot years ago. Then I was like, okay, why not create function? These functions, right? We give all the properties that a view controller needs, and also we will return a UI navigation view controller. So this is what it's saying, right? We're creating this nav view controller, we adding all this property, and then we're returning it, which is this. So because let me see if you click here. Yeah, it won't give you because the function is right here, but it's telling you this is what it's turning. When you see this part like this, it means it's returning whatever is here. Sometimes it returns a UI view, sometimes it returns a button, it returns a string, it could return an int, a float, whatever, as you see it. Like here, right? This function right here returns an integer, an int. Here returns a cell, and here returns a float, on and on. So let's jump to the creating the third view controller. So if you did the homework, as I told you, right, you could come here, and then you could just be like UI view controller, right? Right here is auto suggest, and then we could be here profile. We write profile view controller next, then create. Boom. Then we have a view controller. This you could delete it. We don't need it unless you're using storyboard, in which we are now. So let's put here view the background color equal UI color the blue. Right now, if I run it, it doesn't do anything. It won't show up here. It's just one file created there, but it doesn't do anything. Let me see, my computer's taking a little while to build. Let me drink some coffee. Okay. You see, nothing happens. Everything's still the same. So what we're going to do with this new view control that we added, when we tap here or here or here, it's going to press send. It's going to push, right? As you see, like it's going to push to the new view controller. Or we could add it here. We could do either. Yeah, let's do either. But at the end, we're gonna change it later on, but let's add it here, and also let's do it when you push it here, so you know in case you want to play around and create another controller and change what you do when you push here or there. So you go to the main tab bar right here, and then it could be easy. You could just probably copy this, right? Copy, and I'm gonna put at the end, paste it, but you gotta rename this because it's not Xcode's gonna start yelling. It's gonna say profile. You copy this, you add it here, and then here remember to change it for profile view controller. So, and then it's contact, let's say profile, and then the icon, let's put a check mark. This is another way. You see how differently you could add the icon like this if you import it, or if you're here, right, you put that, probably some item going to come show right there. Those are Xcode, you see. So let's do the action. Let's pick the action. See here I have add, and you can see the action now. So there's different ways of you adding, so you don't have to do like init or anything. You just like that, and then you see profile, and it's blue, which is here is what we have here, blue, right? So let's change, and we could do also to add a title here. Could be navigation item dot title equal profile, and if we run it, you see in the title that it says profile. Right here. Okay. So now, what do we want to do with this? Let's use a UI collection. Let's turn this UI view controller into a UI collection view controller. So we go here, say UI collection view controller. See this? So this now is a subclass or a UI view controller. So what this is saying, this is very similar to a table view. So if you say number of item in section, right? This is number of sections, and this number of item in section. Let's return 5, and then we gotta let's create 2 cells. Let's do private. I prefer to private. Let header cell ID equal to I like to copy and paste it here. You can put whatever you want there, but I like to just copy and paste, use the same one. This private let cell ID, because we're gonna be creating a header, and a header is I'm gonna show you now. Let me see if I go. Maybe the cell. We could do cell 4. I don't know, my computer's running so slow, bro. Did the same thing, we have to create a cell. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, I don't know why my computer's running so slow. Crazy. Whatever. Gotta restart it. Holy cow. This is being super slow. Profile. Because I've said like, so basically boo boo boo. Okay, this is good. So right, you see this part right here is the header. This is going to be the cells, right? So right here we could do that. Ooh. So yeah, this right, this part where you have the avatar image, the name, summary, or this could be part of the header or this. And then when you have all these pictures, right? Yeah, perfect. This is the header. Ooh. This is the cells, the collection view. So we're going to create this now. We're not going. I'm just going to add different cells with the color, but we're just going to create this basic idea. You already know how to create a cell and add constraints and create a label. So it'll be good. I'm going just to help you out create this inside the cell. Then you probably as a homework could do start adding it, converting it to something like this. Maybe this part will be a little harder, but at least try to add something or play around with this. And yeah, so let's keep doing it. So here we go, like, let's cell as, you know, collection view. The DQ cell for, you see, it's very similar to the table view, and we want to use this one. So heading for index path, this index path right here, and then return cell, because right here says return a UI collection view cell, and then we set the background color equal UI color the green. Still, if I run this right now, if I run this, it's probably going to crash. Probably not. It's going to crash. I know why. Just the error right here. Let's see. Swift must have initialized with a non-neo layout parameter. So basically, what this is saying, if you come here, if you you come here and you try to open and close the parenthesis, you see UI collection view. So you have to add a UI. It has to be subclass or UI collection view flow layout. Collection flow layout. Yep. You have to add that. You could also do it like this, like layout. Layout equal UI collection view flow. Make sure that you have this one, UI collection view flow layout, and you can just take this and you could do it like this. Boom. And there it is. So now let's see what happens. And it's gonna break again. I know why. Because we didn't register the new cell. So even though this is gonna run, but it's gonna give me an error. Let's see if I'm right or I'm wrong. Oh man, I hate this. My computer takes so long to. Yep. If you check right here and you look at the error. Yeah, you see, could not DQ view kind of collection view cell with identifier cell ID, because this cell ID doesn't exist. The same error there. We know why. So let's do the same thing. Private func setup collection view. Remember in the previous one we did so let's call it setup collection view. In here, if you take a look at contact, you see it's very similar, like you see cell DQ blah blah blah, and then here you gotta register a cell again, you know, in these things. Yeah, Ali. So yeah, let's go to profile, and then we like collection view the register cell, right? The collection view cell the self for cell ID, and now let's see what happened. Let's see what we get. You see, we got all these 5 cells right here. Now, the one thing that collection view is way different from UI table view is that you could play around, like customize it a lot. Like I'll say, like we have to add a subclass of the delegate here, comma UI collect view flow delegate. You see, you gotta add this one, be a subclass of this. This has a bunch of functions that we could take advantage of, like sizings and this and that. So basically this is delegating for us, saying that, hey, we want to change the layout, change the size, insert this, insert that, blah blah blah. You see, you have all these functions that are part of that. Referential size for header, for footer. So it could be like size for, right? Use this one size, right? Size for item at index path. So, and return a CG size. So we then return CG size, and then open parenthesis, and then we take float. So it's the width and height of this that we want. Let's do 80 and 80. Let's see what happens now. Boom, boom. Now let's put 20. Let's put more. Boom, boom. Okay, you see all the spacing we could fix. Let me check something real quick. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, Instagram has 3. Let's try to do this. What if we do something like this? Let size equal to view. Yeah, view the frame, the width. Right, so what I'm saying right here is like, hey, let's declare this property name size with the width of this frame, the width of this screen right here. You could do height as well, which is this height from here to there, right? But why I want to use the width? Because the width, then I'm gonna be like, hey, divided by 3, and then we're gonna put here size, and here size. So let's see what happens now. So basically what we're saying, hey, take this whole view, whatever the size, right? We only get in 2 because we have some extra spacing. But what we're saying is that, hey, whatever size of this screen, because there's different phones, take the width and divide it by 3. Now let's do something. Let's put spacing, format and return 0, and then we'll do again a spacing for, and just return 0. If you look at it, right, this is kind of exactly the same, but it's not. This is the minimal line spacing for sections, and this is the minimal inter item section. So this is one for this, and then one for the side. One is for each section, and the one is for each item. So we have to put a 0, and let's see what happens now. Oof, because they all close together. You can even see, but they all one next to each other. And if we would see here, like if we added, okay, we could add a little spacing, so we could play around with that. Let's put the size of 1, put the size of 1. Let's see what happens. Okay, you see thing, but this is giving extra space, so let's put this inside parenthesis. Math, it does minus 1. Let's put minus 2 and see what happens. Because I don't have none of this thing written down, I'm trying to just mess around with it, which is good. So you could do the same thing and see how it goes. You see this one now, how it looks. So if we put 1, because the inner size, I think it should be a say. Why minus 1? Because we added 1 spacing right here. You see, now it's all equal. So because we added minus 1, yeah, so if we change the spacing between, I think it's section to 3, I think that's gonna change. You see, section is that one like horizontally, this one's the one vertically. So oh yeah, it's the internal item spacing for section. So that's why I added minus 1. But do that math in the parentheses. This works just like mathematics. So if you run it on the small devices, it's gonna give you 3 and just like the same layout. So okay, we have that. Yeah, this background blue, you could remove or just put it to white just in case, because you see the collection view is white, and this is green. It's cool. Or add red, whatever color you want to add, it's up to you. Now let's do another thing. Let's be like, start here, collection view, the register, supplemented kind. Oh, not the one, the nib. Never mind. Register. Yeah, supplemented of kind for header ID. Header. Okay, let me see. Haven't messed around with a header in a long time. I know it's here, UI collection view, cell, dot self. Okay, I don't know. Let me. Okay, this a collection view. Let me add the header here. I gotta come back to this. Gotta think. What is the supplement? Jump to this definition. Body take a string element of kind. I know there's a name for it. Haven't used it in a long time, which is good. I'm just building as I go. I'm not so let's do like size for header. You see it's a reference size for the header and section. Return what size we want for the header. Let's use the same thing. View the frame, the width. This that or the size. So yeah, never mind. So CG size. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be determining. Right, a float. You could do as here. So you see here how we created a property. If you want, you could create a property, or you could just do it like this. View the frame, the width, and let's, because we want it to be like a full square. So yeah, and then we're gonna wanna like header for with reference something. Let me see. Yeah, enough of view for header, something like this. Header in so we also have to add number of section, return 1. I know, like of can't remember the name for this. You see, as a programmer, you don't need to remember everything exactly from the top of your head, but at least you need to know what it's doing. I know it's something. This is header. It's not this. Okay, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do what we programmers do. Stack Overflow. So it's a good thing. I'll just put like collection view header in Swift. Let's go here. How to make both header and footer and collection view in Swift, right? So this Stack Overflow is going to be your best friend. There's not even one programmer, I think, in the world that doesn't Stack Overflow, because if with the wheel, it's already invented, you don't have to reinvent it again, you know. So here you see, make sure that you just don't come. This is a mistake that I did a lot at the beginning. Like, okay, so this, I copy, boom, and paste it, and I copy and paste it, and I didn't know how they came up with a solution, right? So what I try to do now, like, I know here I just wanted to look for the reference, the name that I wanted to look for, that I couldn't remember. But if you don't know how to solve the problem, okay, I can put it slow, so it's taking me a bunch of different stuff. Oh, oh God, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get myself a new computer. So basically here you see you have a section, number of section, but yeah, I was looking for this view for supplementary of kind, blah blah blah, and then this is what I want, a UI kind of, yeah. So, but like I said, don't just copy and paste it and add it. Try to, like, if you don't know what it is, try to read the question, try to understand, try to read the comments and understand what it's doing, so you have a better understanding, like, of what's going on for you. You see, so like you see here, you're gonna get different things, and you see this the other supplementary view that I was looking for, which is UI collection view kind of section header. And yeah, so I know what is this is doing. I just, like I said, I kind of UI call collection view supplementary. My computer being slow is the one that's killing me. Where's this? No, it's like, oh, yeah, collection element, yeah. The heck, this is not UI collection element. I don't know if they change it. Let me try this. I don't know if it's you see, oh, that's why. Oh, this is why. Can you see I haven't done this in a long time? And so if Apple changed this, okay, it's more, yeah, more convenient now. So can you do this as well? You don't have to do it. Oh no, you have to add the collection view. Yeah, because a lot of times, like I said, you do this, you do that, just the dot, like in color here, you could do this and still work. Okay, before I get this right here, you could do this and still work. So I try to do that sometime and see what happens. And then that's the M. There's the other one. Let's see. It's the, what is it, right? View for supplementary. Let me see. I don't know if they already changed this too as well. View for, see, element of kind. Like you here, you could write it like this. Let me copy and paste this because I want to see what they changed this to. It's so weird. Like I said, I haven't used a header in I don't even know how long, and I'm trying to. Okay, I don't need the override here. Don't copy and paste this because it's probably going to yell at me. Return cell, and let me see, maybe less cell equal to collection view. Oh. Oh yeah, fine. This one, the register, oh no, DQ. For this index path, and this is header ID. So if I do this, then tell me. You see, some things have changed here. Okay. For this kind, you see the same kind of here. UI collection view, the header, element of kind header, and then header ID for index path. Let's see now what happens. Okay, for index path, some things has changed here. Let's see what happens. Okay, you see, this is why this is the header. If you do like cell, or you could be like, let's name it to header cell, or you could just put header. Right? and you know, be like header the background color equal the red. All right. Why is this? I mean, we get in the space right here, but the header is not okay. Header ID, DQ for server index path. Oh, for kind of header. And here's kind of header, supplementary view, UI collection view cell. Let me see this. Can be this. Okay, yeah, I think this is what it returns. Oh yeah, correct. This is a problem. It's giving me the size, but it's not reading the cell. Let me see here what they say, because the same thing. See, it's basically like, look, same thing that I did, create a header. The only thing that here they return in a header, they want to create a header and a footer, but it's like, hey, if it that kind, this is a switch, maybe we work with this later on, but maybe, hey, this is what I'm doing. You see, header view is a DQ supplementary for your kind. Maybe this kind is equal to this kind. Let me see if that was a mistake I'm doing. No, see. Right, this kind with this, if it's equal to this, they use kind, so reusable header, the index path as this. Okay, this is green check. If you're not familiar with Stack Overflow, green check means this was marked as the right answer. But basically, but yeah, this is a new version of Xcode. Let's say UI collection view, reusable view. This is because this is what it's asking here, to return a reusable view. So I think maybe it said no. For index path, header cell, which is the same cell as here, and then we have it here. I think I'm gonna figure this out. I don't wanna keep adding more time to the video, but I gotta see why this is not working. So yeah, I'm gonna stop the video right here. But before I figure that out, let me show you another thing. Basically, yeah, when you go here and then you tap on one of this, right, in the table view, there's a function that says this select, right? So here it's like whenever you select this cell, we could be like print. Like you could just print and use contact index path dot item or row, whatever. You gotta figure that out, why like so many things have changed and property changes that you gotta figure it out. Like, but you see, like if I change here, it's printing the user, the object contact for gender. If I click that, you see about that too, option gender, and then JLAN. And if I do here the name, you print only the name when I clicked. Like if I go there, but you have to rerun it. You'll print the name. But here, what we want to do, let's do this. Let profile VC, which is view controller, equal profile view controller, open parenthesis, UI collection view, flow layout, right? And then we say navigation bar, navigation controller, the push view controller, profile VC, animated truth. So basically what I'm doing here is saying the navigation bar, the navigation controller, the navigation controller push this view controller and animation. Animation is like when you push it, like you probably see it. Once you see that behavior, you've seen it in a bunch of apps. Almost every app or every single app out there has that, a push. See, boom. You can go back here, boom, boom, boom. And if we add, let's add a little caviar. Come here, so our time wasn't wasted. If we were like, we could do this. Bar contact, right? We're gonna change this to a user, but let's leave it as contact right now. Equal type of contact, right? This set nav, we could do like nav item dot title equal to contact dot name. So basically what we're saying, hey, if this is set, oh yeah, it's yelling because here it doesn't know, hey, if this is going to be nil or not. So class has no initializer, so we add an option here for it to be nil, and then it's gonna yell at, so it's gonna be there. Boom, you are there, or you could just add it and it'll fix it. So if we comment this, right, whenever this is set, the navigation title for profile, instead of profile, it's gonna say the name of the contact. So remember when we said why not, if you use private, you shouldn't have access to some function from, like here, if I go this is passing properties, like here I cannot use contact because it's private. But if I remove the private, which private is only meaning, hey, use only inside this file, so whatever you could use private, you could use it for, contact, you could use it for anything here, but not outside of it, it cannot be called. But if I have it like this, it could be the contact, you see, equal to contacts, open bracket, index path, the row or item. So what is saying, hey, whenever you tap on this, pass in this profile contact, right? Set this profile contact to this contact in this array, in this index path. So let's see how that goes. See, Jalen, Chandler, Mariana, right? But if I come here, it doesn't say anything. So let's do this. Watch the power of an if statement. Let's say we could do if contact the name, right? Use this. Oh, we could just, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, no, let's do that. Where's that? Oh, it says that if it's not equal to nil because it's an optional. Okay, it's cool. Or if we don't want to do it like that, yeah. I was gonna do it different. Else navigation title equal to profile. Let's see what happens now. Was saying, hey, if this is not empty, right? If this is not empty, this contact name is not nil, it's not empty, set the navigation item title, set the navigation title to contact name. Else, basically, otherwise, set navigation title to this. So, oh, because this is not being set, I know, I got it, yeah. Here's there, here's not. So, okay. You could do this only. Boom. Then inside here, I know that's gonna happen because it needs to be pushed. You could do this. Basically the same thing you see here. You see profile, yeah. And then JLN, it works both ways. The only thing when I was using this set, it was asking, hey, if this was set. But when we go from here, we're not setting anything, so that's why it wasn't that this set wasn't being called, so it wasn't setting it to this. But now you could see, you could do that. And the same thing, like if you had an image, when we have the header, we could put like the profile image and all that kind of stuff. So I'll figure this out in a few. I gotta work. And I'll record a video and I'll send the solution right away. And then you could start with your homework, like I said, to add different things to the cells. So 2 minutes after I finished the video, I found out the solution. So we need to insert override, right? So basically, let me copy this. If you go for like view for or whatever, supplementary, yeah, right, view for supplementary of kind. If you see this, it will add an override, and then you could just add the same thing as you have, or just basically when I did it, let me try to go back to how it was. Yeah, so you see I wrote it at the top. So basically, instead of me writing all this again, if you want to write it, so more practice for you, you could just be like this, right? So you delete all this up to here, and boom. And if you run it, should be all set. See, it's right here. So you could do your homework. Okay, let's go inside the cell folder, right? Let's create a folder. I'm gonna put it up to here, then you're gonna have to do your homework. UI collection, view cell, and then we could be like profile cell. Yeah, it's gonna give me an emptiness, so be like init. Then we get this one, init frame. Then we like super dot init frame, which is this frame right here. It's gonna give you a little error if you try to build. Click there. So it's gonna add that. Copy this name. But before anything, let's put here background color. It's very similar to the table view cell equal. UI color the spool gray. System gray or gray, whatever color you want to add. Just try to add different from red so you know that it's working. So if you come inside the profile controller, inside of here, collection view register for cell of kind, paste it here. You see, you copy, paste it there. And then for the header, you'll be like as this. So you could remove this because you don't need the header background color here. What happened? Let's see what happens now. See, system gray. So if you come here and you change the color to orange, let me see, yeah. Maybe I'm going too fast, but let's see what happens. Okay, I will explain little by little again. So first change this, right? If you have the same problem as before, put like supplementary view, and then for elementary of kind, boom, you're gonna do that. You go like this, bam, you already have it. If you already did it and it's working, you don't have to do this, right? And then you build, you make sure that the header is red if you already got it, right? This is orange because we already changed it. I'm just giving you a little review. Then you went into cell, you create here, you want to create a new file, then code touch of UI type collection view subclass, all right, and we name the profile cells. I'm gonna cancel it because I'm not gonna create it again, which is this. Then this is gonna be empty like this, right? So you're gonna be like init frame, and then make it into the UI super the init frame. Put the color different from red or whatever color you already had when you first made it work. Xcode is going to give you a little error like this. Then you say require initialize init decoder. You click there, boom. Right? Then you copy this name. You could copy it. You come into profile. You add here at the end as exclamation point profile cells, and then you come here and you replace what we had for this. And then when you run it, you could remove the header color from here that I had as red or whatever color you had. You could move it from there, and it should read the color that you have here. Now your homework is you could do here same thing, right? Did set user blah blah blah, right? Contact. If you want to have access to this, then you could create an avatar image like this, a label, and things like similar like Instagram or whatever flow you want to give it. Set up your constraints, and forget about these two because these two are basically these two. Just use, you could do this, have this, don't copy and paste it, right? The avatar image that you want, or profile image, whatever you want to name it, a label. Constraints. Remember, if you set up a class, a function, make sure you call your function. So your function, you should be calling it like right here, like set up constraints, right? Like right that, like that, and then you could just be here like func. Probably copy and paste this right there. So you set up your constraints here, and then yeah, I'm gonna give you this last caviar. You should already know bar contact equal contact that set. So whatever function you do there in the experience, contact name. So basically when you come here to cell, right, you could be like header, you be like header, the contact you see showing there is equal to contact, this contact right here. So basically you're saying the header contact, this contact right here is equal to this contact right here. So whenever you set the contact, it's gonna show, it's gonna print the name because I left it there. I'm gonna show you two things. Where you come from here, it's saying neon is empty because here we're not pushing any contact, right? But when you come here, it says gender, and if you go here, it says Mariana. So you could play around with this. Whenever you tap here, you could add the avatar to be here or to be there, whatever in the name, dun dun, and there you go. So, and whenever you tap here, make sure is that Mariana name and avatar and blah blah blah, and then you could just basically, if you want, once you do that, you could remove this and just leave that to be the title, to be profile, because you're already gonna have the name of the person there and the avatar. So right now, leave it like that, and remember to subscribe. If you know anybody who wants to learn Swift from beginner, share the video, leave your comments, like it, and again subscribe so you can stay tuned.